Hello, beautiful souls. Thank you so much for joining me for another pick a card reading. If you guys are new, my name is Jade, and if you'd like to see more content like this, you should think about subscribing. But let's get on to the reading today. It's going to be based on your career/finances. No matter what your situation is, it hopefully can resonate with one of the groups. So in the next clip, you're going to see 3 different groups corresponding to spirit animals. If you'd like to take more time on the groups to decide which reading is for you, you can just pause the video. But in the description below, you will have all the timestamps to all the groups. Enjoy, my loves. And to my loves who make it to the end of their reading, please comment an emoji that corresponds to whichever group that you picked. Hello, group number 1. If you chose the Dolphin spirit, this and that are true, then this is your reading, my love. Thank you so much for joining me today. For your tarot, we do have the Devil. I'm so sorry, I'm having difficulty picking this up. We have the Devil. We have the 7 of Swords in reversed. I do read reversals, my love, so I will just show it to you what it looks like upright. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles and the 2 of Wands. And then for your divine directions, we do have family. Family is everything. Reconnect with them or tell them that you love them. And then for your shamanic healing oracle, we do have grounding. I hope you guys can see that. And then we have Medicine Guardian. Be open to healing information. For your Moonology card, we do have Be Bold and Make the First Move, Cardinal Moon. And then for your Angel Answers, we have Don't Stop. So this is a very intense reading, my love, especially with starting off with the Devil. When I first pulled this card, the Dolphin, I was like, you know what? Very interesting. So what is spirit? What is this? And then what is that? Because you see that it's kind of separating these two situations. And so I wanted to figure out what situation was what. And so the this is the Devil and the 7 of Swords. And the that is the 9 of Pentacles and the 2 of Wands. So you do have something to be stressed about. You do have some unhealthy coping mechanisms. You have unhealthy situations in your life, or maybe just even unhealthy people who you know are not for your highest good. And that kind of situation or situations, could be plural, are truly affecting you to the point of making you feel like a puppet. Because the fact that you are not living in your truth, you're listening to your intuition, not going towards your highest good, you are literally being tormented internally towards, externally. So with the 7 of Swords here being in reverse, you are very worried that someone is against you. But my love, the thing is, it seems as though that you are the one kind of holding yourself, back, especially within your finances. This reading is about finances. So it seems as though that you have these unhealthy ways of thinking about money, about treating money and handling money. It seems as though that you're trying to point fingers of, at people or at situations that are taking your money. But my love, you really need to look at yourself in the mirror. You are financially abundant. You cannot even tell yourself that you are not, abundant in some way. And that could be in health. That could be in like true assets or in cash or in health. It's very important that we do have Medicine Guardian. You have your physical health. Your mental health might be a little bit damaged right now, but my love, it is still there. So do not tell yourself that, you are a lost cause, because once you kind of have that limited mindset, it's really hard to go back from that. So you do not want to put yourself in that kind of box right now. And if you are having a lot of difficulty with your finances and you feel overwhelmed with responsibilities or you don't know how to manage it, I feel like it's very important for you to reconnect with your family. Maybe you've been working too hard and maybe literally your ego is getting the best of you at this point. I'm not sure what you do for a living, but your workplace could actually be having an effect on you. But please be mindful, the 7 of Swords in reverse means that you are kind of the source of the stress here. And so to kind of manage this stress, we do have the 2 of Wands, which talks about you having a bigger picture of the situation and addressing it in a very mature and intellectual manner. Because, once you see a situation kind of from all different angles, even if it's not something that you truly believe in, you just have a better understanding of how to handle things, whether or not, certain situations happen. But the point is, your spirit team wants you to plan. If you are worried that maybe you're not gonna have enough money to pay your bills, or maybe you want to go on a trip or something, and maybe that's what you're focusing on. Because it's so interesting here that I'm talking about a trip, because we literally have the world here and we have a car here. So it just seems as though maybe you want to go somewhere long distance and you don't know how to truly manage that. But you need to kind of let go of like this control you have over your money to a certain degree. You need to regulate your money. You need to manage your money well, but you don't need to control it with such, a tight grasp, my love. Do you see how this individual is, literally giving a pentacle to an owl, and she's just letting it go and literally allowing it to go into the air? The Knight of Pentacles is very powerful. This person worked very hard for each of these pentacles that she has created and maintained, and now she's letting one of them go. Spending your money wisely can be more valuable instead of just spending your money, impulsively, my love. Spending money is great. It's just how you do it. And grounding yourself, maybe you're having a lot of money issues. It's so funny that this devil did come up, because that, like I said earlier, unhealthy ways of managing money. So literally being a shopaholic, or literally you're just constantly blowing your paycheck. But managing your money and knowing where you want it to go will make it so much easier. And I will tell you, it's very important for you to truly set aside a certain amount of money for you to spend freely. Because if you're going to really restrict yourself from spending money, it's going to really be hard for you to follow that budget. So maybe give I'm not sure, how frequently you are paid, but whether it's bi-weekly or weekly, monthly, I'm not exactly sure, my love, but plan it out and distribute your money in a very mature way based on your plans. And if you don't have plans, you need to start thinking of your goals. Very important. Do you want to have a house? Do you want to have children? Do you want to adopt a pet? Do you want to go traveling like we said earlier? If you have things planned, then you need to do something about it. But if you don't have any plans, and maybe that's why you feel like, oh, you're a little bit out of place, you can do something about it. And it's so beautiful that we do have be bold and make the first move, and we have don't stop. You are so tormented by yourself and all this anxiety that you are putting on yourself, whether it's either other people or yourself. But there seems as though there are unhealthy expectations, which could be creating unhealthy coping mechanisms in order to, satisfy the ego. Because since you are not receiving what you expected in whatever situation financially, you're kind of doing something to, fulfill that. And that's not healthy, my love. And we do have the Medicine Guardian. Be open to healing information. So remember earlier how I was talking about therapy? I feel like you having an open mind about, different options of healing would be really beneficial for you. And that can range from cleansing to working with crystals to truly going to, a therapist, or working with someone who heals auras, or if you want to go someone who heals childhood trauma. There are so many different options out in the world, my love, that you just need to kind of investigate what is the best option for you. And like I said, if you feel as though that you don't know what to do, you need to ground yourself. It just seems as though you are literally so unrooted, and that's why you feel so confused. You're kind of going this way, you're going that way. You just kind of want to sit down, but you just need to ground yourself and remember, what is your goal? Who are you? What do you want? And if everything has changed since the last time you've asked yourself that question, that's okay. Don't pressure yourself and say that you're a phony of some sort. People change, genuinely, and hopefully it's for the better. Hopefully it's for the better, but you don't want to hold yourself and say that, oh, I've changed and I'm this and that, whatever. As long as you are following your intuition and you're not hurting anyone, and especially not hurting yourself, that's what's really important here. So this and that are true. You do have something to be a little bit mindful of, but not worried about. This is not a lost cause situation. I'm not sure if I said that before, but you are not a lost cause. So stop telling yourself that, that this is the end of the road. You can do something about it. You should not be blaming other people, because you cannot control other people. You can only control yourself in your reactions and how you manage your life. Be mindful of that, my love. But whatever you are working towards, if you just know that you've been working so hard, please just keep these dreams and goals in mind. This is what's valuable to you. And if you kind of forgot how to get there, you need to recheck that with yourself. Do some research. Maybe think of how to you can do research on, financial literacy, my love, for free. I did have that when I went to school. it was not really beneficial. So I did look up, YouTube videos. I do watch a lot of informative content creators on TikTok as well. I am sorry, I cannot really recommend you anybody, but I just want you to know that those resources are out there. You can buy books to help you manage your money as well. But my love, I want you to know, once again, you are self-sustainable. The Nine of Pentacles is not just about finances. It's also about self-sustainability within emotions. If you are looking to other sources like drugs, alcohol, sex, people, whatever other situations that are trying to fulfill some type of hole that you're experiencing within your finances, this can be managed. You have everything that you need. I personally, as an intuitive reader, feel as though the Nine of Pentacles and the Magician have very similar energy because you can make things happen and you are allowed to reap the rewards of the things that you have, created for yourself, the things that you have been grateful for yourself, and the things that you've also maintained. Because be mindful that maintaining finances, mental health, physical health, relationships, all of those things are hard. It's hard, my love. So please be easy on yourself. I feel like if you've been working so hard, you need to spend time with your family. They miss you, okay? Tell them you love them, because honestly, I feel like maybe you just kind of forget the kind of point of life. I personally find the point of life is love. Personally, that is my idea of purpose, because if you are not in love with your reality, then you're unhappy, genuinely. If you are not in love with yourself, then you're not happy with your circumstances, because then you know that there is like a bottomless pit that you are kind of missing, right? And my love, if you are experiencing anxiety or depression or anything that you feel as though is a very intense emotion that you are struggling to handle, or something that you just want to go away, you need to deal with the situations that could be causing these emotions / feelings, okay? You need to do something about it. And if you cannot do something about it, for an example, if you need to work at a job that you do not particularly like for a period of time, or you're living with your family who you don't like and are a toxic situation, well, during that period of time, you're going to need to cope with that. Okay, my love? So I really hope that it was not about your family, since we do have the card here. I'm so sorry to any individuals here who do have a toxic family household. But please be mindful that family is not just blood. That can be your pets, that can be your friends, or the coworkers that you see every day that you consider your family, or even your internet family. If you talk to any community, you can just say in the group chat, hey, I love you guys and I'm grateful for you. If you guys want to comment that below, I would be so grateful for that. And I would answer you, by the way. I answer all of the comments on my YouTube profile. So my love, thank you so much for picking group number 1. We're going to head over to group number 2. Lastly, for group number 1, I want to say that I would definitely recommend herbal healing, like medicine, my love. And I would say medicine as general, because there's no one medicine. So just be mindful of any supplements or any herbs that you should, implement into your diet or everyday lifestyle. Hello, group number 2. Thank you so much for joining us today. So for your animal spirit, we do have the lizard spirit. Dream the world into being. For your tarot, we have the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. We have the 8 of Swords upright. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And we do have the Judgment card. And I want everyone to know that the Judgment card is a major arcana, which marks it as kind of a major life lesson that does need to be overcome. It's not something that you can go around. And for your divine directions, we do have meditate. Reconnect with your inner spirit. Walk, practice yoga, meditate, or listen to music. And I'm just going to bring it up a little bit closer so my loves can see it, because not everybody comes to my channel and sees my beautiful oracles, and I'm so grateful for all of them. And then for your Moonology, we do have a personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer. So you guys could be a Cancer or an Aquarius, because we do have show the world the real you. And then we have transformation for your shamanic healing oracle. This is so cuticle. Oh my god, I'm so funny. I said cuticle. I was gonna say, what is this called? A caterpillar? And I said cute, and I mixed up my words and I said cuticle. Very weird. Okay, and then we have the animal guardian. Trust your instincts. And then we have for your angel answers, no need to worry. And I know that you are a worrier. You are 100% a worrywart, literally to a point of you like tying yourself up in negativity because you are constantly overthinking about your finances and maybe even what to do for your career. And by the way, my loves, I know I need to get my nails redone. We're gonna wait like another week. It's okay. So back to the reading, babes. It seems as though that you're having a lot of difficulty stepping into a new way of being yourself, like legitimately. We do have transformation here, and it's very empowering with the Judgment card. This woman's soul is coming out of her vessel right now, and it's dancing, and it's just living in its passion. And the fact that we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, that is something you are not doing. And that's why we have this major arcana that this is a lesson you need to overcome. You need to allow your soul to dance in whatever manner, you are meant to, because everyone does have a different life path. But the fact that we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse, my love, you are not being a team player. It seems like you are really just overcome with your emotions and your anxiety and / paranoia. Whether or not it's like about your own expectations or it's just about your interactions with people, it stops you from talking to people and, communicating with your coworkers or even making, company relationships that are necessary for your job. So I'm just letting you know that, yes, if you are having any difficulties with your finances, something you need to work on is your mentality. Your perception is everything, literally everything. Okay, one of the life questions I used to ask myself as a younger woman, I have answered with the word perception. Why are things like the way they are? Because of someone's perception. Okay, and why are you overwhelmed and thinking about your finances the way that you are? Because your perception of money and your perception of yourself and how money should be managed. Look. Let me kind of show this person to you. They look so lost and so confused. And so if you are confused and lost, why are you shaming yourself? If you feel as though you are not a reliable source, why are you trying to harm yourself even more, my love? You need to be generous with yourself. You need to be nice to yourself. The Queen of Pentacles is not just about finances and being luxurious and, being the shit. It's also about being a generous and healthy mother character to yourself. Listening to your emotions, listening to what you are going through as you struggle to, create this pentacle. Miss Queen of Pentacles here had to go through a lot to make her business. She had to take it from literally a seed and make it into the beautiful tree that she now embodies. Literally, it's hard. It's not easy. But right now, you are actually at an obstacle that needs to be overcome. And once you do, resolve this situation, this is going to be the result. This is literally how you're going to feel. You're going to feel empowered. You are going to reach a personal issue. Whatever that issue is, whether you're trying to work at a new company, get accepted to a new college that's going to be, would help you find the job that you dream of having, whatever it may be, you are going to reach that situation. But in order to do that, you need to show the world the real you. You can't be scared to talk. You can't be scared to share your ideas, okay? Because like I said earlier, if you feel as though that you are not a reliable source, maybe you should talk to people who are more reliable. And I'm not saying that you are not smart or not wise, but it's really great to listen to people who have a different perception than you, who have different experience than you, and so will share their ideas in a different way. And I think it would be very profound for you. Like literally, listen to someone talk about money. I really would recommend for you to look up some kind of, TED Talk about finances or about, even personal self-image, because the Eight of Swords talks about literally just being so hard on yourself because you feel you're lacking in some way. You feel like maybe you're not good enough because you're not attractive enough in your own eyes. You feel as though you're not financially abundant in your own eyes. You feel like you don't have everything you need the way you want, okay? But this can be changed. You need to be more generous with yourself in all the right ways, my love. What is the point of you being so hard on yourself and wasting all of this energy on such negative self-talk when you could be improving your business, improving your position at your job, and maybe making more money? You are meant to go through this transformation. Literally, you are meant to. You are not able to go around this, okay? But we do have meditate here. I feel like it would be very powerful for your transformation to, ground yourself, but also meditate to communicate with your higher self if that's something that you have not already done. I would definitely recommend it. It's very empowering. You can use crystals. You don't necessarily have to, my love. And with trust your instincts, you are feeling this way for a reason. Whatever instincts you have, and I mean not your fearsome instincts, I mean like about the things you want financially. If you have this instinct that you know you're meant to be an artist, like a musician or a painter or a content creator of some sort, or you want to be in the stock market in some position, you have that. You have the capability of achieving this, okay? But grounding yourself is very important. I feel like even you, like grounding yourself in nature, since we do have the animal guardian. But with the instincts, it's very important that you need to thrive. Animals literally survive on their instincts in order to thrive in their environment. They cannot change their environment, therefore they must adapt. And it's very important for you to adapt to certain situations, but also know when to transform yourself, okay? Because I feel as though that you are in a situation that's way too small for you now. And that's probably why you're feeling really, really suffocated, because you know this is not for you. Well, deep down, you know that. Your ego is not letting you recognize it. You're just blaming yourself. You probably have a history of just blaming yourself for things. That could be something that was, literally taught to you, or it was learned. But you have no need to worry. You have no need to worry about your finances and career, because the thing is, you are not even in your true power right now. So right now, remember, you are not the most reliable person, and so you developing your intuition and also you developing some type of skill that you feel empowered in would help you feel more confident in all settings, not just within the workplace, but also in social settings. Okay, you won't feel tied up anymore. Literally, be mindful of all of these like crows, I think they're crows, surrounding this person that's tying them up. Think about each of these crows as one of your negative self-hating thoughts. Get rid of one of those, and then her hands are free, and then she can start freeing herself a little bit more. But it just takes one step to make a big difference. Okay, and we have 2 full moons here. There's a lot of energy that needs to be released here. Okay, like I said, you are in a really small box for you, so you need to lose that whatever box may be, whether that is a situation, a career that is not respecting you well, some friendship or relationships that are not serving you very well. You know what does resonate with you best, my love, and you need to act accordingly moving forward. And if you do have any kind of, energies that are very intense for you, with the 8 of Swords, with the listen to music, I personally, when I'm going through a very tough time, I love listening to music because it allows me to literally scream or cry or sing happily if I want to. Whatever emotion you just want to represent in the moment, you need to do that, okay? I don't know where you can do that, but do it in your car. Do it in your parents' car when they're not using it. You know what I'm saying? But don't be turning it on because you know what these gas prices. But continuing to the reading, it's important for you to enjoy your transformation and allow it to happen. You need to give yourself a safe haven. I'm not sure if you have any problems with your mother. Maybe that's why you do have this, unhealthy way of talking to yourself. That does make a lot of sense here. But you need to kind of substitute that unhealthy mother energy that maybe you grew up with yourself. You need to reparent yourself. You need to be more generous with your energy and your love. I feel like you give your love everywhere. Like, I don't know. It's just, where is this love going? Because I know you are full of love. So where is it going? Is it going to your friends? Is it going to your family? Is it going to your coworkers instead of you? Because I know at the end of the day you're tired, okay? And I know you're looking for answers. And your spirit team is literally bringing these answers to you for a reason, okay? We can change the situation. So interesting that the 2 pentacles we have here are literally in reverse. Okay, and I want you to know that these are not major arcanas. So these things can be transformed. This is just a character. This is an energy. That's the mother energy that we talked about earlier. You can develop those kind of behaviors and those kind of traits. Okay, but you need to be patient with yourself. Like I said, collaborating and listening to reliable sources in any aspect that you find interesting or is for your highest good. Listen to those resources. Listen to those people. Listen to those books, whatever it may be, but you need to go on your own path. The lizard spirit is so beautiful, my love. Dream the world into being. anything you want in your finances or in your life in general, it is possible. But maybe the circumstance you're in right now is making you really unhappy, okay? And it's because you have not gone through this transformation. Once again, you are in a box that is not meant for you anymore. And so you going through this transformation internally, spiritually, however you want to address it by, would definitely help your career, because you would be able to make better decisions and have a better perception of what you want. It just seems like, I feel like a lot of energy of you looking elsewhere, or you not looking anywhere because you just are scared of the answers. I'm not sure if maybe you have failed in some kind of sense to yourself, and that could be preventing you from getting back up, because I'm just seeing here like a lot of energies of sitting, not doing much. And the fact that we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse, it's that you're not collaborating with the universe, you're not talking to people, you're not even being social. So I'm just feel like you've been even isolating yourself to a certain degree. So my love, you need to not do that. And if there's something that makes you do that, you need to address that in any way possible. Okay, my love, group number 2. Thank you so much for joining us. I can't wait to see you guys again. And now we're going to move on to group number 3. If you chose group number 3, Mouse Spirit, tend to the small things, this reading is for you, my love. For your shamanic healing oracle, we do have anger. I'm so sorry, I'm having difficulty picking this card up. And we have a bumblebee or a bee of some sort. We have High Priestess, intend and create. And for your Moonology oracle, we do have new moon in Leo. Confidence is your key to success. We have 2 indicators about setting intention, so I want you to be mindful of that. We have, for your tarot, we have the Ace of Pentacles. I hope everyone can see that. We have the Magician, which is a major arcana. We have the 8 of Pentacles, and we have Temperance. Let me show it to you, because since there is a bit of a glare. And there are angelic wings on him, so angel wings. That could be a physical thing or a metaphorical thing as well. And then for your angel answers, I cannot speak today. For angel answers, we have within the next few months. And then for your divine directions, we have home. It's time to renovate or change something in your home environment or move home. So if someone here has been really stressful and maybe been a little bit homesick, accommodate to that need, my love. It's very important, literally, like the Mouse Spirit says, to tend to the small things. And I feel like, very important with this anger card. The oracle that I use for this is not based around emotions. So I just want you to know that it's very interesting that this card did come out. That you are definitely facing some type of, anger towards your financial situation or your career as a whole. And that could be because of a boss you're dealing with, a coworker, or even a project / client. But my love, you need to be mindful of what you're trying to create here. You need to be mindful of your intention. Because if you are getting really angry and upset about the situation you are in, your spirit team is going to see you're unhappy with what you have, even if you're making a lot of money. You could be making, everything you want, but if you're unhappy about it, that can be taken away. And if you're being really, really extra hard on yourself because maybe you got into a new job recently, maybe you have a new position, like a new, like you maybe could have gotten a raise, or you just could have gotten a promotion as well. But the Ace of Pentacles talks about something that was given to you by the universe, something that you worked really hard for. So be mindful that, why are you going to be angry at yourself for working this hard and achieving this kind of responsibility? My family always, well, at least my mother, in fact, always reminded me, to be grateful for bills, because if you did not have those bills, you would not have those things, whether that's a house, an apartment, a car, TV, a cell phone, whatever it may be. So you need to be grateful for those things. And whoever needs to hear this message, I feel like you are very, very powerful within your hands. We have 2 representations of your hands being able to manifest and grow something very, sustainable and strong. Okay, because be mindful that, with the pentacles, I always think of a tree with pentacles. I don't know why, but I do. And so a tree turns into a little seed, but it turns into something so, big and strong and so abundant and fruitful and, so luscious. I just love trees so much. And I want you to know that I feel like you even grounding yourself and touching trees might even help, your energy in your hands, if that's something that you could resonate with. But with the Eight of Pentacles being here, your spirit team wants you to constantly, like, daily work on your job, practice, even when you're off work, try to attend to your job, but please don't stress yourself out. Like, it seems like you have like legitimate, like, since we do have anger, you have anger here about your situation and maybe about the responsibilities that you have to maintain. But my love, if you are able to pace out this situation day by day and keep practicing and getting better at what you're doing, be mindful. If this is a new job that you're in, please don't, be so mean to yourself. You only just started, okay? You shouldn't be like that to yourself. And the fact that we do have the Magician here, you are capable of manifesting anything you want. So be mindful. That's a good thing and a bad thing. Remember earlier how I said that if you're going to be unhappy with what you have and you want it to go away, you can manifest that. So you don't want to do that. So please be careful of what you think. Clearly, intrusive thoughts are not going to be manifested, but you don't want to consistently like be upset with yourself and constantly wish for the same thing. You know what I'm saying? If you wish to have more time on your hands, you need to be careful what you ask for. But with the Eight of Pentacles, like, you are actually, it's so funny that I think it's so cool that we do have like this moon cycle here, but this is the kind of cycle that you're going through, my love. It's kind of stinks. I don't know what they started here. I think they started either with the new moon or the full moon. I'm not sure. I think it's the new moon and we're kind of going in a circle. But regardless, my point being that right now you need to set the intentions of what you want to happen in your life. What do you want to happen in 6 months, 12 months? What do you want to happen in your life overall? Because if you're just thinking about the end game, like retirement, good for you, my love. But whatever the goal may be, that is something you need to consistently work towards. Don't pressure yourself and even take some time off, because with Temperance here, I'm so glad this card came up, because I personally just see it as the embodiment of true patience, of being patient with your situation and being patient with rebalancing things that you feel are a little bit, not the best. You know what I mean? Whether that's your emotions or your responsibilities / finances / relationships, whatever it may be. But having that patience with yourself to do the right thing for your highest good and for the highest good of everyone around you is really, really powerful, because that's really empathic to do, because you're caring about yourself but also about others, because you need to realize that you are very influential here. I'm not sure if you are in some kind of higher position. I just feel like you're very powerful, and people even look up to you if you're in a really great position. Even if you're not, you're a very powerful manifestor. You're a very, very smart person, very intellectual. Look at this. You have so many different kinds of skills here, and I feel like you need to actually take advantage of that. Maybe that could help make your job better. And if you do not have already multiple skills, you need to start practicing new skills to feel more confident and maybe feel, like you actually are able to manifest anything. Because with the Magician, if you are trying to manifest a job and you feel as though, like, for me personally, my loves, when I was a teenager, I would see that, oh, you have to lift 40 pounds. I can't do that. Well, maybe you should start working out so you can meet those requirements. I'm not saying those are necessarily needed at certain jobs, but you understand where I'm coming from. If you need to have a particular kind of, background in some type of, subject, maybe you should do some research on that so you can be educated on it and maybe, get that job, or maybe do an internship, get a certification, whatever, meets your needs. My point is, you need to go after what you want and know that there are options out there for you in the world. Literally, you just have to have the intention and then create that. You need to go after that. And like I said, don't stress yourself, because it seems as though that anger has truly been accumulated over time. And it's so funny that we do have confidence is your key to success. If you have all the skills that you feel, really good in your job and you actually feel even confident, you'll be able to literally go through anything. You'll feel like no situation will be able to overcome you. So please, if you are just feeling stressed, do something about your house. Decorate it differently. Organize it differently. I'm not sure if you want to, have it follow the kind of means of like feng shui, or you just want to have a different vibe. If you want to change things, clean things, whatever you need to do, make your area feel at home. You need to be your safe space, especially if you are no longer living in a place that you truly felt comfortable in, like home, like with your parents or whatever, guardians or family that you just, used to live with for a time being. But with the new moon, it's very important, once again, setting intentions. Because if you don't know what you want, or you're a little bit out of place and kind of forgot what you want because of like being so distracted and so overwhelmed by responsibilities, it's just good to, recollect yourself. Like we said with temperance, recollect yourself. You need to ground yourself. Usually this card is represented by an angel that's hovering over some water, but also has a foot on land. So it's kind of having your foot literally in your emotions and dealing literally with your feelings, with your anger, but also being connected to your finances. Remember the tree here, but also being connected and being grounded. Okay? This will help you truly manifest abundance here. Even if you don't have a job, if you are trying to acquire a new job, that is actually possible for you. It's possible. That's why you need to stop thinking to yourself, it's not possible. Okay, we have 2 major arcanas. You need to learn patience and balance, but also, utilizing your techniques, your mind, and even your finances. Everything you have, whatever you want to call your resources, because usually the magician has a whole bunch of elements sitting next to it. In this imagery, it does not. But whatever that may be, whatever your, quote unquote weapons are, you know what I'm talking about. Your superpowers, whether it's creativity, music, whatever, utilize it and be confident in that, my love. Group number 3, you can make anything possible, but you attending to the small details, I feel like you can't attend to the small details because you're overwhelmed. When you're stressed and you have pressure in your head, it's hard to really pay attention and have true love and true passion in your job or your hobby. Okay, so you need to attend to the small things and be sweet and, be innocent and stop feeling like you need to be this bee that has to be on attack and always has to be on offense. All right? You're a very free person. And once again, you're very powerful, so please be mindful of how you utilize that power. And then lastly, we do have within the next few months. So within the next few months, your circumstances will change. And I truly feel for the better if you do, do things for your highest good and you rebalance things the way that you are meant to on your journey, okay? This could come sooner than a few months depending on your situation. So thank you so much for watching me today, my love. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I literally did not see that it said High Priest. I'm so sorry, but yes, you actually have spiritual abilities. I'm so sorry that I did not see this earlier, but this is very similar to High Priestess. So whatever gender you identify as, my love, you are very spiritually in tune. You definitely have some type of psychic abilities, whether that's literally, like I said, working with your hands, having healing energies, communicating with spirit, maybe writing would be really good, painting, things with your hands. Okay, whatever of that sort. But even you cleaning, once again, using your hands could be very powerful when you manifest. That happens for me sometimes. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to see you guys again on my channel, and please comment a lion emoji if you are using a cell phone of some sort.